YouTube. Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. And as always, thank y'all for joining me. And today, in this video, I want to talk about, again, revisit this whole idea of why socialism doesn't work. And I'm going to give an example of how, this would be an example of how it basically destroys any initiative or any incentive to want to go above and beyond. An example I'm going to use is the hourly employee. We all familiar of how, if you're an hourly employee and that you get paid based upon hours you work, and how many hours you work for that week is what you're going to get paid for that week. So if you work 20 hours, you're going to get paid for 20 hours that week. If you work 40 hours, you're going to get paid for 40 hours. If you work 50 hours, you're going to get paid for 40 hours plus 10 hours of overtime, and so on and so forth. Now, the hours you work is going to only reflect upon you. It's not going to reflect upon anybody else, any one of your coworkers. Your hours you put in only reflects upon you and your paycheck. Well, let's say that an employer decides to implement a socialistic pay system, hourly pay system, in which it takes all the hours worked that week, average them out, pool them together, and all the associates, all the employees get paid based upon the average hours. So let's say that you got employees who work different amounts of hours. You got some part-time employees, you got full-time employees, you got employees who, if the company offers overtime, they'll take it, right? Well, they take all the hours worked that week and they pull them together. And let's say that the average hour for that week, the first week, is 41 hours. Well, if you worked 41 hours, then it's no big deal to you because that's what you work. You expect to get paid your 41 hours, right? If you work less than that, well, then you're very happy because you're getting paid for hours for work that you didn't do. So you're very happy, especially those people who work the least amount of hours. They're really the happiest, because they're getting more for something that they didn't do. Well, anybody who works, say, more than 41 hours, well, let's say you can say they won't be too happy, especially those who work the most amount of hours. They're going to be the least happy because they won't be getting paid for hours they put in their work. They're going to be, like I said, they're going to be kind of ticked off. So let's say the week 2 of this system rolls around, right? Now, all of those people who worked all that overtime that dragged the hourly rate up, you think that they're going to work all those extra hours? Well, of course not, because human nature says, no, I'm not going to go work all these hours and I'm extra hours and I'm not going to get paid for it. So you know what? I'm just going to work 40 hours this week. Hell with all that. And I would do the same. And I know everybody else would. And what would happen? And not only that, but the people who work less hours, they will say, well, hell, I'm going to work even less hours now. I'm going to still get paid. So what happens? Well, the pooled hours for this week gets dragged down because all those other extra people, workers working all those extra hours aren't. And let's say that the following week, the average hours, let's say it's 33 hours a week. So everybody gets paid for 33 hours. Again, if you work 33 hours, you're happy, you're fine because that's what you work. You work less than that, you're ecstatic again because you get paid for something that you didn't work. And if you work more than that, again, those people who work more aren't happy. And even, again, those people who probably benefited from working more hours, who were happy last week, now they're not happy. And thus people decide, well, hell, I'm not going to keep working all these hours. Again, just human nature and common sense. So therefore people start working less. So people decide, well, you know what, I'm just going to work 4 hours. I'm going to work 4 days a week this week. If you work 8 hours a day, hell, I just get 32 hours. Why work extra hours and not get paid for them? And again, the average hours, again, just gets dragged down, which is going to happen. And, well, and to make a long story short, eventually people are just not going to, people aren't going to show up for work anymore because they're not going to work hours they're not going to get paid for. And eventually what's going to happen is that the work that these people did for this company is not going to be there. So the product that they was providing or the service is not going to be there. So the company is not going to have anything to sell. And thus they're going to go out of business, you know. And then we're going to fall back on that old mantra from, you know, communist Russia. We pretend to work and they pretend to pay us. Again, this is why socialism just simply doesn't work, because there is no initiative to go above and beyond. But prior to that, when people got paid for what they worked, and there was an incentive to work overtime. There was an incentive to work because what you put in was not affected by anybody else. You know, if anyone else wanted to work 15 hours a week, they could. They would get paid by 15 hours a week. But now, since everything is pooled together and you don't have any direct impact upon just what you get paid, and in that type of system, who wants to work? You know, it's kind of like in that type of system where you don't get paid for the work and the work that you put forward. What's the initiative? What's the incentive to go out there and, you know, put the R&D, the research and development, into building a smartphone? That's what Apple did. You know, Apple created the smartphone, not because people asked for it. Nobody had any idea, you know, a notion of a smartphone. They created it because they had an idea to make money. And then you had other people, you know, Samsung, LG, and all the other people who make phones, cell phones, as well as pads. You know, Apple, you know, they created a pad. They did it to make money. Everybody creates pads. These devices do it to make money. Why? Because there's an initiative to do it. If there was no initiative to create these products, guess what? Nobody would. And this is another example of how socialism, because of human nature, and you again, human nature is still the main initiative, the main cause here, and how socialism and communism just basically destroys any initiative to want to do anything if you're not going to get paid for what you do. And again, as always, y'all, until next time.